Nothing fits me better than my 501 blues. Strength to fit, it's kinda hard to improve. Nothing fits me better than my 501 blues.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the best commercials featuring famous people from before they were famous.
We figured a lot of people would like our new, healthier way of cooking, but quite frankly, the response has been better than we'd anticipated.
Number 30, Safeguard and Band-Aid, John Travolta.
With twice the ladder we feel so clean. It's better than leading bars with hexachloroquine.
More recently, you may have seen John Travolta in Capital One's Holiday Night Fever commercial, which awesomely alludes to one of his most famous roles. It was in the mid to late 1970s when he flexed his musicality on the big screen in Saturday Night Fever, and then in Grease. But did you know that before dancing it up on the big screen, Travolta was singing in commercials? One of them was for Safeguard, a bath soap. He sings a catchy tune with a couple of other guys in the locker room shower. The other was for Band-Aid, where he's singing in the same setting again.
I am stuck on Band-Aid, 'cause Band-Aid stuck on me.
Number 29, First Tier Bank, Stephen Colbert.
Thought I was gonna say location, 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 right? I could have. Because we put you first at locations all over Nebraska.
Sporting a looser fitting suit than what he's typically worn on his late night talk show, Stephen Colbert appeared in a commercial as the spokesperson for First Tier Bank before he was famous. He looks like he belongs, doing an admirable job of commanding the screen and getting the Nebraska-based bank's message across with the help of engaging graphics. Also, we must say, it's a memorable slogan Colbert delivers at the end of the commercial. But obviously it turned out Colbert belonged under much brighter lights and in front of many more eyes.
You're first here. At First Tier.
Number 28, Burger King, Meg Ryan.
I just have to tell you about the Aren't You Hungry for a Whopper game at Burger King. You can win a Whopper or a Coke, $1,000, $5,000, even $1 million.
The 1989 rom-com When Harry Met Sally was Meg Ryan's breakthrough leading role in Hollywood. It kickstarted her significant impact on the rom-com genre. In 1982, well before that impressive performance, she was landing new customers and bringing back old ones for Burger King with this fast food commercial. At the time, the woman the media would later dub America's sweetheart was in her early 20s. Ryan's enthusiastic delivery probably made a lot of people hungry back when it was airing. Burger King should bring this cash prize marketing campaign back.
You could win $1 million.
Number 27, Bud Light and Duracell, Jeremy Renner.
Who are you?
I was hired by your roommate.
Well, out of my way, I want a Bud Light.
I don't think so.
This is ridiculous. I live here.
Sorry.
In this funny commercial for Bud Light, Jeremy Renner wants to get to his fridge for a Bud Light. Too bad he didn't have his Hawkeye persona way back then, because if he did, neither his roommate nor that bouncer would be messing with him. He was also in another fun commercial for Bud Light, in which his roommate again uses excessive methods to prevent Renner from getting a beer. Not cool, man. Before reaching star status, Renner also did a commercial for Duracell that used bulls to show the product's unparalleled battery power. Number 26, Cascade, Charlie Day.
Congratulations! You finally made it.
Thanks.
So, you got your whole life ahead of you. What are you gonna do now?
Well, thought about working. Looked into retirement. Looks good.
In the sitcom It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, he's Charlie Kelly. That series premiered in 2005. But about 5 years before that, when he was doing a commercial for Cascade, he was still just Charlie Day. To many people, actually, he was a random guy in a commercial who's ready to retire after graduating from college. He really seems to have it all figured out. In retrospect, this can be seen as a preview of Day's acting talent, which allowed him to go on to thrive in so many comedic movie and TV scenes. We're glad he didn't retire when he said he would.
Finally, skip the sink, because food's dissolved away.
Where'd you get that sweater vest?
Number 25, Corn Pops and Juicy Fruit, Aaron Paul.
Man, all I want to do is eat. What does he want me to say? So, do we have an understanding? Uh-huh.
He's widely recognized as Jesse Pinkman from the TV series Breaking Bad, but well before he was getting dangerously involved with illegal substances, Jesse was promoting much safer, legal products, such as cereal and chewing gum. In 1999, Aaron Paul, the man behind the famous character, did a commercial for Kellogg's Corn Pops. His pops thinks he's listening to him, but in reality, he's only got one thing on his mind. The following year, Paul showed off his telekinetic powers in a funny yet strange Juicy Fruit commercial. About 10 years later, he won his first of multiple Emmy Awards.
Gotta have sweet, gotta have juicy fruit. Nothing satisfies like it.
Number 24. Portia. Kristen Stewart.
Dad, I missed the bus.
Really?
While she made it big on the big screen at a young age, Kristen Stewart shined in a Porsche commercial before it all. The premise of the commercial, which highlights the 911 Carrera, is unique and effective, and a young, talented Stewart makes it all work really well. Something tells us she missed that bus on purpose. Coincidentally, one of Stewart's first significant film roles, the 2004 film Catch That Kid, features automobiles, not Porsches but go-karts, as a key component. From there, her celebrity status only grew, especially with her role as Bella Swan in the Twilight Saga.
What only a Porsche brings to driving.
Thanks, Dad. Dad.
Number 23. Frosted Flakes. Jane Lynch.
Hi, I'm Steve. This is Kathy.
Oh, and we just love Kellogg's Frosted Flakes.
Amongst her lengthy list of TV and film roles, one of Jane Lynch's most notable and influential is her character Sue Sylvester in Glee, which premiered in 2009. A lesser-known role, yet an important one nonetheless, came in the 2000 dog show mockumentary Best in Show. As Lynch explained in an interview, it was a Frosted Flakes commercial that helped her land this role and ultimately launch her career in showbiz. It's a comical 1990s ad featuring a couple of massive Frosted Flakes fans, and even bigger Tony the Tiger fans. That's true dedication right there. The commercial ends with a funny realization as Lynch delivers a line that can be described in one word: great.
I think that's a woman.
You're right.
Number 22. Kodak. Mark Hamill.
Julie, now Kodak introduces a new pocket camera that lets you take your pictures 2 ways.
What are you doing here?
I want to take your picture.
In 1975, 2 years before the start of the legendary Star Wars film franchise, Mark Hamill was in a Kodak commercial. He was in his early 20s at the time, and about to embark on an intergalactic journey to stardom as Luke Skywalker. In the commercial, he's taking a picture of a girl and eventually her mom after showing up unannounced. Less than $36 for one of those things back then. Oh, how the times have changed. It's a simple commercial, yet effective in showing the camera's capabilities.
I can't come down. I'm studying.
Well, that's okay. I can take it from here.
Number 21. Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate. Anne Hathaway.
So it's true, isn't it? You guys really are moving?
Yeah.
That's just great.
The first television appearance of Anne Hathaway's illustrious career came as a teen in a commercial for Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate. The commercial has a sad premise, if a funny twist, allowing Hathaway to portray a mix of emotions. Since then, her ability to effectively do such has been put on display in a myriad of ways, as she carved her way to becoming one of the most famous actresses on the planet. The background music fits well in this commercial given the storyline being conveyed, and it's cool seeing a young Hathaway's acting ability to go with it.
Goodbye. I'll miss you.
Number 20. Atari Lynx. Tobey Maguire.
Hey, Mr. Block, can I go to the bathroom?
2 minutes.
This commercial absolutely reeks of the early 90s, and it is glorious. A young Tobey Maguire, clad in a sleeveless jean jacket, goes to the school bathroom to sneak a session on his Atari Lynx.
Oh, yes! Oh! All right!
This was a handheld game console, and the first to feature a color LCD, released in September of 1989. As the commercial was released in 1990, Maguire would have been just 15 years old. Funnily enough, he appeared in The Wizard in the previous year, the same year that the Atari Lynx was released, but he wasn't given any lines. Maguire didn't start working steadily until the 90s, and he didn't land a major leading role until 1998's Pleasantville.
You wanted to ask me something?
Number 19, Mutual Savings Bank, Tina Fey.
Hi can have a lot of different meanings. For example, hi, nice to meet you, or hi, I have no idea who you are.
Everyone has to start somewhere, including commercials for interest rates at Mutual Savings Bank. As boring as the subject is, Fey does what she can with the material by playfully showcasing the numerous different ways to say hi.
Hi, my long-lost brother Phil. You owe me money.
The commercial was released in 1995 when Fey was just 25 years old. She was already working in the comedy scene at the time, performing with the legendary Chicago troupe The Second City. Former Second City performer and SNL head writer Adam McKay encouraged Fey to submit scripts to NBC, and she was eventually hired as a writer. The rest is history.
I win.
Yes, you do.
Number 18, Pitfall, Jack Black.
Yo, no, this can't be happening!
Long before Jablinski games, and long before YouTube existed for that matter, Jack Black was advertising video games on TV. In the early 80s, when Black was just entering his teenage years, he appeared in a commercial for the Activision video game Pitfall. He was one of 4 people to describe their personal adventure with Pitfall Harry, the game's playable character.
Just last night, I was lost in the jungle with Pitfall Harry, surrounded by giant scorpions and man-eating crocodiles.
The game was released on April 20th, 1982, and 5 years later, Black began performing with a UCLA theater troupe called the Actors Gang. His breakout didn't come until 2000 when he starred in High Fidelity opposite John Cusack. Number 17, Levi's 501 Jeans, Wesley Snipes.
Levi's button fly 501 blue.
In 1985, Snipes appeared in a truly bizarre commercial for Levi's 501 Jeans. People stand around singing doo-wop like it's 1955, and Snipes comes charging in with the biggest grin on his face before losing his hat in the wind. After some more weird visuals, Snipes again charges the camera with a snarl and a smile while twirling his hat.
That's the truth. Levi's 501 blue.
The following year, Snipes made his film debut in Wildcats.
So she has a really cute ass, you notice that?
He later appeared in the music video for Michael Jackson's Bad and starred in Major League, beginning his ascension to the A-list.
Say hey! Willie Mays Hayes here. Play like Mays, and I run like Hayes. How you doing?
Number 16, Bubble Yum, Leonardo DiCaprio.
This is a chunk of super soft bubble yum bubblegum. This is a loud thumping tube pumping boombox. Both are known for blast.
It's hard to imagine Leonardo DiCaprio not being famous. He's been acting since 1989, and in 1993, he starred as Arnie Grape in What's Eating Gilbert Grape, earning himself his first Academy Award nomination at 19. In the late 80s, just before his massive breakout, DiCaprio starred in a commercial for Bubble Yum. He can be seen blowing bubbles, introducing a boombox, rocking out to loud music, and being blown out by enormous speakers. This wasn't the only commercial that DiCaprio appeared in. He also popped up in ones from Matchbox Cars, Kraft, and Apple Jacks.
Apple sweet, Apple Jacks.
Little did everyone know they were working with a future movie legend.
That was the best acting I've ever seen in my whole life.
Like you.
Number 15, Tampax, Courteney Cox.
Do you change your life for 1 week because of that time of the month?
After graduating high school, Cox decided to study architecture at Mount Vernon College. However, she never completed her degree as she had developed a love for modeling and acting. It wasn't long before she was blazing trails. In 1985, a very 80s-looking and spandex-clad Cox made television history by being the first person to say period on a nationally televised commercial. It makes sense considering the commercial was for Tampax.
Remember, there's a feeling with Tampax. It can actually change the way you feel about your period.
Before, the word was usually clouded in playful euphemisms like that time of the month. Nearly 10 years later, Cox's life changed forever when she landed the role of Monica Gellar, despite auditioning for Rachel.
Yeah,
What's that curry taste?
Curry.
Number 14, Clearasil, Mark Ruffalo.
You can run, but you can't hide. You zap one pimple, another one appears. You need to zap, double zap your sins with new double clear pads from Clearasil.
This actor's career shot into the stratosphere after starring in The Avengers as Bruce Banner. But he had been acting long before that, earning major roles in movies like Zodiac.
So all coincidence aside, Robert, how can you be sure that Lee Allen is a lead from this file?
Going back even further, a pimple-faced Ruffalo appeared in a commercial for Clearasil in 1989, expressing shock at his pimples and gleefully applying the pad to his face.
3 pimples you have, zap. Fight once you don't.
A clearly embarrassed Ruffalo was reminded of his early acting work in 2016 when Jimmy Fallon brought it up and aired the commercial on The Tonight Show for millions to enjoy and laugh at.
This is some of your earliest work, maybe your first job ever. Do you remember doing a Clearasil commercial? Do you remember this?
Vaguely.
You're about to.
Number 13, Pop-Tarts, Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Hold on, Mr. Rushing out the door. You haven't had your breakfast yet.
No,
I know. Tick, tick, tick. Look, you've got time for Kellogg's Pop-Tarts.
In 1991, when Gordon-Levitt was just 10 years old, he appeared in a commercial for Pop-Tarts. The commercial is told through the perspective of his busy businessman father, who's ordered by his young son to eat breakfast before leaving for work.
Look, strawberry, your favorite. Now, doesn't that hit the spot, kiddo?
That same year, Gordon-Levitt appeared in 10 episodes of the gothic horror soap opera Dark Shadows.
Yeah!
It wasn't long after that he became genuinely famous, starring in the likes of Angels in the Outfield and 10 Things I Hate About You.
Yeah, well, I did, but that was until she kissed me.
We still don't know if he made his real dad eat strawberry Pop-Tarts before work.
See? That didn't take long. Now, don't forget your homework.
Number 12, Barbie and Lisa Frank, Mila Kunis.
I just love to go shopping. I do too!
This Ukrainian actress moved to the United States when she was 7 years old, and 2 years later she was enrolled by her father in after-school acting classes at Beverly Hills Studio. It clearly worked out for her. Her very first acting gig was in a Barbie commercial, where she ogled over Barbie's new glitter hair. She also appeared in commercials for Lisa Frank and dolls like Telephone Tammy.
I gotta find more. So I go to the store, and wow, there's tons of awesome Lisa Frank stuff.
It wasn't long before she earned her breakout role as Jackie on That 70s Show. To get the role, the then 14-year-old Kunis lied about her age, as everyone auditioning needed to be 18 or older. Nothing like a little hustle to get ahead. Number 11, McDonald's, Jason Alexander.
You say that just once you'd like your hamburger hot and your lettuce and tomato cool and crisp, all at the same time?
Yeah! Unlike many others so far mentioned on this list, Jason Alexander was already well into adulthood by the time he appeared in this McDonald's ad. A gloriously haired Alexander dances and sings about the new McDLT, a cheeseburger that was eventually discontinued in the late 90s.
The beef stays hot, the cool stays crisp. Put it together, you can't resist.
The commercial aired in 1985 when Alexander was 26 and working on Broadway.
It's a good time, hot beefy McD, for the great taste, cool crisp LT of McDonald's.
It was around this time that Alexander also appeared on a short-lived CBS sitcom called ER, playing a character named Harold Stickley for 15 episodes. His life would change forever in 1989, only 4 years after the commercial. That year saw the debut of Seinfeld and Alexander's Tony Award win for Best Leading Actor in a Musical.
Would you like to come upstairs for some coffee?
Oh, no, thanks. I can't drink coffee late at night. It keeps me up.
Number 10, Pringles, Brad Pitt. Undoubtedly one of the most famous actors of our time, Brad Pitt began acting in 1987, appearing in episodes of various TV shows, not to mention the spectacular role Guy at Beach with Drink in the comedy Hunk. Before that, he was appearing in various Pringles commercials as, well, a shirtless, hunky surfer dude.
Pringles, Pringles.
Pitt would later appear in various supporting roles throughout the late 80s and early 90s, before earning recognition as JD, another hot, shirtless guy in Thelma and Louise.
Well, I'm kind of stuck here like stink on stink, so I was thinking that you're going my way or I was going your way.
As he proved in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, he can still pull off the look. Number 9. Burger King, Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Do I look 20% smaller to you? I must to McDonald's.
This actress has been in front of a camera almost ever since she learned how to talk. When Gellar was just 4, she was discovered by a talent agent in a Manhattan restaurant. Soon after, she starred in a surprisingly controversial Burger King commercial where she's heard smack-talking McDonald's tiny burgers and talking up Burger King.
Unbelievable. Luckily, I know a perfect way to show McDonald's how I feel. I go to Burger King.
McDonald's wasn't very happy about this and tried to prevent the commercial from airing, even naming Gellar in the lawsuit. It's not customary for advertisements to directly name-check their competitors. The case was eventually settled and Burger King pulled the ads from TV.
I know what it is. It's unbelievable.
Number 8. Heinz Ketchup, Matt LeBlanc.
Right. Serious?
Long before Friends, Matt LeBlanc was just another kid from Massachusetts. He left the state at 17 to pursue modeling in New York, but he was continuously told that he was too short. He decided to try acting instead and quickly landed a commercial for Heinz Ketchup.
Hot dog, please. How much you don't add or what? No thanks. I got it covered.
If you ever wanted to see LeBlanc seductively eating a hot dog, then here you go.
Heinz, the best things come to those who wait.
The commercial aired in 1987, 3 years after he left high school to pursue modeling. Much like Joey, he continued to land bit roles throughout the late 80s and early 90s, including Married with Children, where he dated Christina Applegate's Kelly.
So, just where were you while I was wasting my life away with my family?
Well, I wanted to get you something nice.
Number 7. Super Nintendo and Toyota, Paul Rudd.
When you decide to get serious, there's only one place to come, the games of Super Nintendo.
After high school, Paul Rudd worked a variety of odd jobs, including as a bar mitzvah DJ and glazing ham at Kansas's Holiday Ham Company. Not content with that, Rudd moved out of Kansas and began starring in numerous commercials, including one for a Super Nintendo and another for Toyota.
When you get the new car?
What car? You know what car? No, what car? Did you just get a raise? Would need a raise to buy that car.
What car?
In the former, he plays a Super Nintendo on a drive-in theater screen, and in the latter, he talks to his brother about the $7,000 Toyota Tercel.
Could I borrow the car? Tom? Not funny, Tom.
The Toyota commercial aired in 1992, 3 years before he appeared in Clueless.
You're funny.
And look at him now. Hey, look at him. Who would have thought?
Hey, look at us. Look at us. Huh? Who would have thought? Not me.
Number 6. Pillsbury and McDonald's, Drew Barrymore.
For every kid under 10, a free 2-ounce Sunday sample.
Making her film debut in 1980, Drew Barrymore has been incredibly famous her entire life. Part of that has to do with being born into the Barrymore family, but most of it has to do with her or her agent's knack for picking stellar movies. Following a small role in 1980's Altered States, she became a world-famous child star by playing Gertie in E.T.
I don't like his feet.
The movie was released in 1982 when Barrymore was just 7 years old, but she was appearing in commercials as early as 1979. In one McDonald's commercial, a 4-year-old Barrymore can be seen gleefully eating a free sundae with her family.
Free Sundays, free prizes, good family fun.
I'm glad I'm a kid.
In a different commercial, she eats warm and gooey Pillsbury cookies after coming in cold and wet from outside.
Hot chocolate chips have a magical way. They can even make you smile on a cold, rainy day.
Number 5. Burger King, Ben Affleck.
Hello?
Hi, is this Burger King?
Yeah, this is Burger King.
Before he was a world-famous actor, and even before the commercial, Ben Affleck appeared in an educational children's program called The Voyage of Mimi, which was shown to 6th grade science classes.
Sir, could you please show me where the Mimi is docked?
In 1989, when Affleck was 17, he starred in a Burger King commercial that saw him delivering a BK salad to a woman who accidentally called him, believing his number to be Burger King's.
Would you deliver a chef salad?
For you? Absolutely.
In 2016, Affleck was shown the commercial on Good Morning America while promoting a film.
And we found out you love your Burger King.
Oh, God.
4 years after the commercial aired, Affleck appeared as Fred O'Banion in Dazed and Confused, and Affleck credits director Richard Linklater for opening his eyes to the filmmaking process. The very next year, he finished writing a little movie called Good Will Hunting.
You know what the best part of my day is? For about 10 seconds from when I pull up to the curb when I get to your door. Because I think maybe I'll get up there and I'll knock on the door and you won't be there.
Number 4. Preparation H. Bryan Cranston.
You expect a hemorrhoid medicine to relieve pain and itch, but you get an extra therapeutic action with Preparation H.
Walter White will forever remain Cranston's role, and his place in television history has been firmly established.
Heisenberg. You're goddamn right.
Before that, it was Hal on Malcolm in the Middle.
Sorry about using the closer.
Nonsense. I wouldn't have taught it to you if I didn't want you to use it. Listen, what do I always say?
The Nards are fair game.
The Nards are fair game.
And then maybe before that, it was Tim Whatley on Seinfeld, even though he only appeared in 5 episodes of the show.
Well, really glad you came.
And then before that, he was the guy in the Preparation H commercial. The exact year is unknown, but Cranston appears as a suited-up corporate bigwig in an early 80s commercial for Preparation H, going on enthusiastically about how oxygen action relieves inflamed hemorrhoids. No one said commercial work was glamorous.
When you choose a hemorrhoid medicine, remember, oxygen action is special with Preparation H.
Number 3. Listerine and Polaroid. Morgan Freeman. Throughout much of the early 70s, Freeman starred in the classic children's program The Electric Company, which ran on PBS. And while the role brought him some mainstream recognition, he wasn't nearly the megastar that he is today.
Easy Reader, that's my name.
In the interim, Freeman appeared in various commercials.
Polaroid's SX70 land camera. There's nothing like the kick of seeing your pictures develop in minutes before your eyes.
One cast him as an electrician talking about the wonders of Listerine.
Hey, wait a minute. You say you hate it, but you keep on using it? Why, yeah. Think if it didn't taste so strong, it wouldn't be working.
And another has him and his family taking pictures with a Polaroid. Both aired throughout the 70s.
Why don't you get one for yourself?
I'll take one.
Despite years of work, Freeman didn't earn his breakout role until the late 80s, thanks to Oscar-nominated roles in Street Smart and Driving Miss Daisy.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to drive you to the stove.
Number 2. Coca-Cola. Keanu Reeves.
You really gotta want it.
In 1989, Reeves made his major starring debut as Ted Logan in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, which grossed a solid $40 million at the box office.
This has been a most excellent adventure.
Reeves wasn't yet the major star he is today, but it certainly got his name out there. But Reeves was acting throughout much of the 80s, both in film and commercials. In 1983, he appeared as a bicyclist in a Coca-Cola commercial, complete with his signature surfer dude line delivery.
Hey, I'm proud of you, really proud. A Coke. Great race. Who's your coach?
My dad.
That certainly wasn't the only commercial that Reeves appeared in, but it is his most famous, owing to being discussed on both David Letterman and James Corden.
But I had that thing with the director where it's like, okay, you're thirsty, you're dying, you're on an island, you're on a desert island. You haven't had anything to drink. And he's like, okay, a Coke. And he's like, no, that's not it.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Brown's Chicken. Steve Carell.
Big news from Brown's Chicken. While we've always cooked our chicken in cholesterol-free cottonseed oil,
some actors don't get really famous until they're a little bit older. Steve Carell is one of those actors. Of course, he gained recognition on The Daily Show with Jon Stewart, but it wasn't until both The Office and The 40-Year-Old Virgin in 2005 that he became a national celebrity.
No, Kelly Clarkson!
By then, Carell was 43 years old. In 1989, over 15 years before his big break, Carell appeared in a commercial for Brown's Chicken. He plays a manager advertising the chain's new cholesterol-free chicken. Despite being just 27 at the time, he looks pretty much the same as he did later at 43. Is chicken fat a preservative?
Brown's Chicken. It tastes better, and it's better for you.
Is there someone in a recent commercial that you could see rising to fame? Let us know in the comments.
Juicy fruit. They gotta have sweet gum.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.